It's my G Gaming. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Welcome to this My G Gaming G review for the GGGGGs. Final Fantasy X HDG. No, it's just HD. But it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to throw on an HGX or something very soon. I'm here with your order from Uber Eats. Anyhow, what the hell can I say about this game except that it turned me on to RPGs in general with a demo way back in 2001, 2002, somewhere in that era, because I was a dumb kid who didn't know what I was missing. Oh, this game is a Christmas catalog and I have a red pen. So, HD, right? Everyone's on board with that, right? One of the greatest love stories ever told, one of the pinnacle 3D RPG trophies that everyone else aspires to be this side of Octopath Traveler, which now stands as one of the few HD re-releases that actually adds something to the experience of the original. In this case, all you really had to do is swap out the North American version for the PAL edition. That way you get the Impregnator, or whatever the super final Ultra Boss is called, on top of the Dark Aeons, which are broken in some aspects, but still kind of cool challenges in others, and for me, quite frankly, they are dice rolls. But no matter which side of that coin you stand on, you're getting, 40, 50 more hours of content if you really want to go that extra mile. And again, as long as you've never played anything outside the North American version. And so this is all a roundabout way of saying that Square Enix got the absolute best of all worlds when it gave me this as a lover of the original game and as someone who never really got a chance to tackle any of the hugely late game opponents. Also, will you excuse me? This is my toilet. And to those that don't know about the original game and how it remains intact here, this is the story of Yuna, mostly, and then Titus, Totalis, whatever. Not necessarily trying to save the world, but trying to have it survive through another cycle of the big, sky whale? Kind of? Named Sin. You meet an ensemble cast that travel along with you that are annoying, like Riku, or much more insightful, like Wakka eventually, or just plain badass. We'll say Lulu and Aran, with each having their own individual stories that tie into the greater tale of them being guardians to protect Yuna, who is basically just collecting these powerful monsters, their Pokemon basically, to come to Sin and defeat him. What is so terrific and so timely about this story is that Avatar: The Last Airbender came out, right? That was 2007, somewhere around there. This is the closest we'll likely ever get to a full-length Avatar: The Last Airbender story. And I mean that in a way that where in Avatar, none of the characters are really wasted. Everyone has a purpose, even if you don't see it initially. Here, it's the same way. People you meet along the journey, they help you, or hurt you, as the case may be, somewhere along the line. And it is just wonderful that this game and Square Enix allowed the characters to breathe and just take advantage of the length that they had in this 40-ish hour story to get to know everyone and to get to see why everyone is worth saving in this world, even potential blockheads like Wakka and Riku. I choose you, Defenso-mon! And yeah, underneath all of it, this is probably one of the best love stories that gaming has ever told. Fight me. Battle is good and fine as well. You get rock, paper, scissors going at all times with an order indicator that becomes the most paramount piece of any strategy ever later in the game. And that's not to mention the continually upgrading Aeon summons on top of the spells, on top of badass attacks. But like I said, what really brought me into this version of Final Fantasy X is the endgame. The endgame is an ocean compared to the bay that is the main game. It is so vast and massive and girthy and veiny. Wait, sorry, I got off topic. You can go after the hidden Aeons, you can go after the ultimate weapons, you can go after Nemesis and a literal arena full of endgame bosses that you can farm and eventually take on the Dark Aeons, the Omega Ruins, Blitzball. I mean, the list goes on, as long as you don't beat the final boss, because there is no going back around to your save file. Just make a save in the Calmlands, I think it's called, and just plant yourself there. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the samurai with the style, Yojimbo! For how big Final Fantasy X ultimately is here, like 200 plus hours if you really are nasty, I find myself a little bit more forgiving of the following pratfalls. The mini games that you have to do to get some ultimate pieces to the ultimate weapons are absolute garbage. Chocobo racing and lightning dodging are the worst inclusions of any Final Fantasy game ever. I miss Gwent. I know it's not this series, I still miss it. Main complaint number 2 is that some of the Dark Aeon placements are just asinine. They literally stop you from becoming powerful enough to face them. But as I say, I am a forgiving god of useless random scores attached to games. Money's on the dresser, fuckface. That means 10 out of 10 for Final Fantasy X HD 10-10-10. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.